नमस्कार आदाब एंड क्राइम पेट्रोल में आपका स्वागत है. Oops, what happened to Anup Soni? Well, nothing's happened to him, and this is not the crime patrol that you watch on Sony Entertainment Television or here on YouTube. This is Vikram from Vikram on Brands, and the purpose of this video is essentially to present my feedback and suggestions, and essentially 2 points which have kind of been on my mind for a long time. I thought I'll put forth these points across to the producers of the show, to Sony Entertainment Television, to Anup Soni, with the hope that they'll also kind of think about this, and if they have anything on what I have to say, maybe they'll get back to me. First of all, this is a program which I love. I absolutely love, and I'm sure there are probably millions others who also do. It's so powerful. The actors are so good. Anup Soni is mind blowing. I think the others before him, like Shakti Anand and Divakar Pundir, I think they were not a patch on him. Anup Soni is so restrained, and yet he's so good with his comparing, the kind of dialogues which have been written for him, the way he kind of anchors the entire show is absolutely brilliant. Having said that, there are two things which kind of I don't find them positive or good in any way. One is the kind of police brutality which you show on the show. I don't think that's good, and especially the way you show it. Like either it's the criminal who's actually been caught, or in most cases the way it is that there's a person who's probably been accused, or even if you're sure that that person is responsible, you're essentially trying to get more information out of that person, trying to probably get the names of other fish in that net who are also responsible for that crime, or whatever, whatever be the case. I don't know, मुझे नहीं लगता that it is fair in any way. Whether you talk about human rights violation, whether you talk about police brutality, from especially from an Indian police perspective, because what sort of an impression are you giving out that Indian police is so brutal? And if you look at worldwide laws around the world, you can't really beat up a person like this, literally black and blue कि भाई ताकि इससे सच हम उगलवा के ही रहेंगे. I think in a developed world, and in a society which is much more tolerant of other things, you don't really do that. And confession जब निकालना हो या information निकालना हो, उसके भी I think थोड़े से there are more diplomatic and proper channels and ways of doing so. So I'm not arguing or debating or getting into whether the Indian police actually does it or not. I think there are situations where it is compelled to behave that way, but I'm purely talking about the point, from the point of view of the show, wherein I feel that probably it is not very appropriate to show it on the show the way it is done, where you're actually beating up these guys. And number two, something also which जो मुझे बहुत खटकता है, is the way you show these khabris, wherein you show that okay, there are these khabri networks which the police always have across, no matter where the crime is shown to have happened, whether it's Delhi, whether it's Bombay or Mumbai, whether it's anywhere in Gujarat, which incidentally happens to be featured so often, UP, anywhere, you have these khabris who are coming to the police station or to the police officers, and then they're giving out relevant information, and the police officers shown to actually give out say 100, 200, whatever, 500 rupee note. Is that not a bribe? That's my biggest question. Because okay, I mean, this guy is doing the police a favor, and obviously he needs some sort of compensation for that. Now, isn't that that payment happening at a personal level, where the cop is probably bribing him, and that's how that chap is giving them information? And does it really happen in real life also, is my major question. Because sometimes I feel that if this is to work, the way it should properly work is there are informants who are actually employed or deployed by the police, entire police network, not particularly one policeman or one police station, but by the entire department. And he's kind of on the payrolls, wherein he knows that as long as he is supplying certain crucial pieces of information from time to time, as and when required, he will be paid for that. So this is something, these are two things which really, mujhe khatakte hain. So that's why I've made this video. I mean, it would be great if somebody from Crime Patrol, from the television program, any response, any views, and I'm sure, there are so many viewers, and I've seen so many comments by people, on the show when once it is uploaded, because you guys are really, I mean, I'll repeat what I've already said. The show is fantastic, absolutely brilliant. You have such amazing actors. The way you put together the show, again, Anup Soni's anchoring, it is marvelous. So, these two things which have bothered me for a long time, I thought I'll put them together, and I'll definitely look forward to anything which you might have to say about the points that I've raised. Cheers, and thank you so much.